First ice on Upper Red Lake has arrived.
Fish on. There we go.
Today, we chase walleyes away from the crowds on one of the hottest early ice destinations.
Thing is just biting me all the way to the top.
Find out what they're biting on right now.
Red Lake is the first big destination to freeze over in Minnesota. Over the next few weeks, there are going to be thousands of anglers that are going to descend upon Red Lake for good reason, because the fishing is incredible. There's big numbers of walleyes, starting to see a reemergence of even a few crappies out here. So as these people start to move out, you know, ice safety is always my big concern. As you see, Trav and I just walked out today using the spud bar, checking every inch of ice, making sure that we're safe. Yeah, I like this spot, Trav. We got some milky ice, some snow. It's great.
I like the snow just so that we can be quiet.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's drill it out. Right there, 25 feet.
You know, Red Lake is really just a vast basin. There's not a lot of structure out here, so these fish aren't hanging on edges. We're not doing a ton of ice trolling. As a matter of fact, we're not drilling very many holes. We picked this spot because we have kind of milky ice, a little bit of snow. You know, because we're only fishing in 7-8 feet of water, these fish are extremely spooky. So having a little bit of cover is really going to help us. Oh, fish on. Oh, Trav.
Nice.
The one thing about fishing this shallow water, you hardly mark them. I mean, that thing came up and just smashed fast.
That thing was out of the hole before I even knew you had a fish on.
Oh, I love early ice just for that fact that these fish come up and smash it.
Nicely done.
Oh.
Did it even look, or did it just?
It didn't even look. I mean, no hesitation, just inhaled that roach spoon. That's awesome. When we were up in Canada, we were using the roach spoon up at Wekusko Falls, and it was amazing. We never used bait. Now, I tipped this with bait, but it's amazing that dress treble, how much action that thing has.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this bait.
Well, based on that, do you think you need to use a minnow now on this? How quick that thing came in and
we'll see. I want to get a few walleyes under my belt before I decide whether I'm going to tip it with bait or not. I'm going to continue with the minnow head just because.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got
1 for 1.
Yeah, we just got started. I'm 1 for 1. You got it. This one back in there. There he is. Oh. God, that is so cool, Travis. The bait just disappears from the screen and then boom. Just
nice
never
one?
gets old. Look at that thing. It's just biting me all the way to the top. Oh, I love it.
Nicely done.
You know, I can't emphasize the importance of being quiet out here. As you can see, I barely reeled and I caught that fish. You know, you're only fishing in 6-7 feet of water, and early ice like this with no snow, It's amazing how noisy it is. Just when you're walking from hole to hole or checking your dead sticks or tip ups, you know, that quiet, that noise factor of just being quiet out here is so important. There we go, Trav, another one on the Roach spoon. We'll get this one back in the water.
Got a boy. Let's hope that's the start of a big school to come through here.
That's what we're looking for, man. I mean, in this basin, you're always looking for those massive schools to come through rather than the onesie twosies. Get back in there, bud. Nice. Stay tuned, we're gonna have more early ice action from Upper Red Lake.
Dialed In Angling, brought to you by Strike Master, VMC Hooks, Rapala, and Suffix.
The lakes are locked. It's time to unlock them. No matter your mode of transport, your quarry, it takes a hole, the right hole, in the right spot, at the right time.
Oh man, look at that.
You need dependable, abundant power to match your motivation.
Yeah, baby.
The elements are hard enough. Don't fight it. Arm yourself with the cutting edge of the cutting edge. Arm yourself with Strike Master.
When it's time to eat, the VMC Rattling Roach Spoon calls them in. The spoon's design entices fish by combining its intense fluttering action with an exposed rattle chamber for maximum vibration. The Rattling Roach Spoon comes in 16 different colors, including UV bright and ultra glow options. Every spoon includes a marabou teaser tail, which conceals a tack-sharp VMC treble hook. Call the fish to you with the Rattling Roach Spoon. See it all at vmchooks.com.
The Smart Hub system from Rapala allows infinite customization. Install the Smart Track to mount your favorite accessories. Choose from the rattle reel, rod holder, adjustable arm, cup holder, and workstation. Set up your house exactly how you want it. Keep a line in the water day and night. Mount your electronics right where you need them. Endless possibilities. Whether you're in a house or portable shelter, the Rapala Smart Hub is the ultimate versatile system.
The lakes are locked. It's time to unlock them. No matter your mode of transport, your quarry, it takes a hole, the right hole, in the right spot, at the right time.
Oh man, look at that.
You need dependable, abundant power to match your motivation.
Yeah, baby.
The elements are hard enough. Don't fight it. Arm yourself with the cutting edge of the cutting edge. Arm yourself with Strike Master.
Welcome back to Dialed In Angling. Travis, Frank, and I are on Upper Red Lake chasing walleyes. It's early ice. We walked out this morning. We're chasing these fish around these shallow water basin areas, these first shoreline breaks. We showed you how important it is to be quiet on the ice, but it's also important to have these dead sticks out, especially during the daytime hours. We're going to show you how we go about moving the dead sticks as we kind of quietly move around this basin.
These fish are extremely aggressive right now, so they're chasing the spoons and they're smacking them, and there's nothing better than watching the walleye come in on the sonar and hit. But we have two iFish Pros set up, one here, one over there, and it allows us to just cover a little bit more water. We have plain hooks, shiners, and a split shot underneath here, but we've got these iFish Pros set up in the snow, and there's not a lot of snow out here right now, so we've handpicked these spots, and the reason is because when a fish takes it, we want to be able to walk as quietly as possible and not make any noise as we approach it so that they do not drop the bait.
Look at Travis just creeping. There you go, Trav. On the dead stick?
Yes, sir. There we go. Nice little walleye there. I just happened to look over, and before the flag even popped, I saw the rod just kind of bounce like this. So I walked over to check, and what happened was this fish came up inhaled the bait and then swam up with it. So it didn't actually pop the flag on it, but I happened to see it and I knew it was there. And now this one's actually gonna go home with me because the hook is buried pretty far down in there, which is okay because that's a perfect eater and I like walleyes. Like trying to set the line and then grabbed it while I was holding on to it.
Oh, awesome, man. Travis is trying to set the iFish Pro before he even got set up. He got one. Oh, beautiful.
I was just trying to set the line and all of a sudden, you know, it just thumped it in my hand and my natural reaction is just to pull back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Perfect. Since I'm keeping one, I'm gonna keep two.
Perfect. There we go.
There you go.
Fish on the iFish Pro, Trav.
Nice. You need a hand?
I think I got him. He's angry. He thought he had a free shiner dinner. He didn't know Travis and I were on Upper Red.
Yeah. Looks like a nice one, huh?
Another dinner-sized walleye. Just
Man,
full
this
of them,
lake
man.
is so full of that size right now.
Oh, it's unreal. Great year class.
Yep.
The lake's healthy. Plenty of fish in this lake, man. If you want good walleye action, it's hard to beat.
The StrikeMaster 40V and 24V lithium battery powered augers are ice cutting machines. There are a lot of people though that are choosing to power this laser light flight bit with a cordless drill. So the question that StrikeMaster gets a lot is, which handheld cordless drill can I use to power this bit safely? The answer to that is any professional 18 volt or higher brushless cordless electrical drill with a 1/2-inch chuck. This right here is a DeWalt 20 volt cordless brushless drill. And as you can see, more than enough power to turn this. In fact, it's recommended that you run this drill on the lowest setting. Do not use the hammer or the impact function on it. Turn it all the way down. You also want to make sure that you have a second handle on the cordless drill. It's very, very important. You want to hold your hand with your thumb on top, not underneath. If this drill catches on the ice and turns back, you could break your thumb. You want to make sure also that you're mindful of your blades. This is a very light auger, which means that I've seen people throwing it around kind of carelessly. These laser blades are extremely sharp. The other thing about the blades is that they will pull this auger down. So often I see people jumping on top of the auger trying to force it down. These blades will pull the auger down itself. If you're jumping on top, that's where you risk this turning and hitting you and causing damage. This light flight auger bit is extremely lightweight. This is the 8-inch auger and it weighs 5.3 pounds. The 6-inch light flight bit weighs 4.4 pounds. If you pair it with a powerful drill, just like this one, you have an ice cutting machine.
Dialed In Angling. Brought to you by StrikeMaster. VMC Hooks. iFish Pro Tip-Ups. And Suffix.
The lakes are locked. It's time to unlock them. No matter your mode of transport, your quarry, it takes a hole, the right hole, in the right spot, at the right time.
Oh man, look at that.
You need dependable, abundant power to match your motivation.
Yeah, baby!
The elements are hard enough. Don't fight it. Arm yourself with the cutting edge of the cutting edge. Arm yourself with Strike Master.
When it's time to eat, the VMC Rattling Roach Spoon calls them in. The spoon's design entices fish by combining its intense fluttering action with an exposed rattle chamber for maximum vibration. The Rattling Roach Spoon comes in 16 different colors, including UV bright and ultra glow options. Every spoon includes a marabou teaser tail, which conceals a tack-sharp VMC treble hook. Call the fish to you with the Rattling Roach Spoon. See it all at vmchooks.com.
The Smart Hub system from Rapala allows infinite customization. Install the Smart Track to mount your favorite accessories. Choose from the rattle reel, rod holder, adjustable arm, cup holder, and workstation. Set up your house exactly how you want it. Keep a line in the water day and night. Mount your electronics right where you need them. Endless possibilities. Whether you're in a house or portable shelter, the Rapala Smart Hub is the ultimate versatile system.
The lakes are locked. It's time to unlock them. No matter your mode of transport, your quarry, it takes a hole, the right hole, in the right spot, at the right time.
Oh man, look at that.
You need dependable, abundant power to match your motivation.
Yeah, baby!
The elements are hard enough. Don't fight it. Arm yourself with the cutting edge of the cutting edge. Arm yourself with Strike Master.
Hey there, Bill Shirk with today's Dialed In Angling Ice Report. Over in Wisconsin, they just don't have a lot of fishable ice right now. Captain Adam Rasmussen, what do you do when you're waiting impatiently?
Oh, start messing around with tackle, replacing hooks, making sure everything is ready. So when I do get those bites, I make sure they come topside.
Do you do something real specifically with your jigs right now?
I'll share one little trick that I like to do with the VMC Tingler spoon. One neat little trick you can do with it is take the VMC bladed hybrid treble and replace that hook so you got a little extra flash there when they get finicky.
Over in Webster, conditions aren't so hot. Marcus, you're there. Ice is rough.
Yeah, we had a couple of days this last week. One day it hit 63, and I think we had 3 nights where it didn't freeze. There's more open water than what there was last week when we talked. I don't know. It's been a weird year to say the least.
Let's head over to north central Minnesota where Pat McSherry is standing by. I hope you are in a better mood than poor Marcus.
I'm sure a little bit better. It's still not ideal up here, but we are able to walk out on the smaller lakes. This time of year, I'm primarily chasing crappies and bluegills, and a couple of my go-to setups for that is going to be a tungsten Mongo jig with a 13 fishing Banff plastic, and then a VMC tungsten waxtail jig, and it works great this time of year.
Right now, most of the Midwest's best fishable ice is up around Lake of the Woods and Red Lake. Brian Beef Sather is up there keeping tabs on things, but even your ice is changing.
We got anything between 6 to 8 inches of ice up close to the shore, and we have some pockets of open water still on the big pond, but it's coming along, and hopefully soon we're fishing on the big lake.
What about Red Lake? Everyone is asking about Red Lake.
Red Lake is, it's been hot and cold all year long so far, but there is a pocket of a big crack out there that keeps shifting around a little bit, so the resorts are doing a great job on making sure anglers are safe, and you can find good walkable, even ATV traffic is on some parts of the lake now, but fishing's good.
Well, we'll keep tabs. We'll check in next week. If you do decide to venture out, make sure you've got your Strike Master Pro SOS suit and bibs. Flotation is probably mandatory right now.
We are on Upper Red Lake in northern Minnesota. Once again, cracking walleyes on the Rattling Roach Spoon.
There's one. Oh, just like that. Oh. Set the hook and he's already out of the hole. Not the biggest walleye in Red Lake, but walleye nonetheless. You wait all year to come out on first ice and catch these fish, and trust me, it's worth the wait. All right, this right here is the new VMC Rattle and Roach spoon. Now, this is a brand new bait the fish have not seen, and obviously they love it.
There he is. Fish on.
It fishes heavy, so you can get down in deep water like a traditional spoon, but it also has a flutter to it based on the shape, and inside is a rattle chamber, as you can see there, and it has hair on there, so you can fish it with or without bait, and there are a variety of colors. I'm using Wonder Bread right now, Red Lake walleyes like this. Tony's using the pink, very deadly, and there are plenty of other colors as well as several different sizes of this bait.
Just tipping it with the minnow head again with that marabou dressed treble. There's one. Fish on. Oh, another one, Trav.
Attaboy.
Just slid over a couple more holes, and that's the thing when you're out in the basin. Again, no structure. If you're not getting bit, I'll just slide over, but you gotta give it time, and that one came in and crushed it. Every single fish that I've had hit has absolutely throttled it.
Here's my bait right there. And that's all bait fish right there. So when a walleye comes in, they're just gonna go like that. And you see this predator come in.
Oh! Another one, Trav.
Nice.
On the Roach spoon. Oh.
Hate to say it, Tony, but I think you're kind of getting dialed in over there.
I'm getting dialed in. I told you I designed that spoon specifically to catch fish. That's no lie there. Oh, look at it, just inhaled it too. A little better fish,
nice
Trav.
Dandy.
You know, here on Red Lake, there's a ton of fish under 20. You get the occasional over 20. That's sort of Red Lake in a nutshell, right? Mm-hmm. Man, they're fun. And what I love is that shallow water. They just surprise you. I looked up at Travis and whack, just slammed that spoon. Check out how deep the spoon is in the mouth. They are absolutely inhaling it. This is the real deal. It's the hottest spoon out there. It's not just because I designed it. I mean, ever since we started testing these spoons, we have been whacking fish. Unreal. Better get this one back in, Trav. Fish on. There we go. There he is.
So this right here is a map of Upper Red Lake. Now, we can only fish from this part east. You can actually see on your map, there's this line right there, okay? So we can fish everything over here, and this is a massive, shallow basin, not a ton of structure. And we're looking for clues to really get dialed in on these fish because we might have to go a couple hundred yards just to find a 1 foot depth change. There's just not a ton of structure here, so we're looking for other clues. Like right now we have a lot of snow, we have some jagged ice, some dirty ice. That's sometimes a big giveaway, but we have a ton of bait fish right now, so there's a lot of confidence that the fish are gonna move through. Now it's just a matter of waiting for big schools to come through and catching as many as we can when they move past.
Check this out. I'm not reeling, okay? I'm fishing down at the bottom. Look at how far down we are. I mean, that's a clear indicator that we're not fishing that deep. It's a shallow water basin lake, and noise is such a huge factor.
I really don't think people realize how, like even our voice right now, how far that travels. When you can hear people walking a half mile, a mile away, like what do you think that fish feels and hears? Oh, here it comes. There you go. Got it. Come here, you. Woo. Another cookie cutter Upper Red Lake walleye. This here is a perfect eater. If you're coming up to the lake, you can expect to see a lot of fish in this year class right here, which is great if you like to eat a lot of walleyes. I'm gonna keep this one here and see if I can't maybe catch one more.
If you're making the trek up to Red Lake, make sure you're calling the resorts, using the stake paths. A lake the size of Red Lake, the ice conditions are always changing, so always use caution. But if you're headed up here, the #1 key, try to stay away from the crowds, bring plenty of dead stick rods and lots of rattle and roach spoons. You're gonna put a lot of walleyes topside. So until next week, we're gonna be on a different sheet of ice, giving you the hottest techniques on ice, the hottest bites to get you dialed in.
There we go. Got his buddy. Oh, come here, you. First ice, man. You wait all year for this, and when it gets here, it just doesn't last long enough. You have to make the run and get in on the action when it's hot. I love it. Love it.